Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. Sometimes I go by Standing Turtle. Standing Turtle. So my little turtle, my little standing turtle. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things, and today I don't feel very good. I'm very uncomfortable. I'm trying not to I'm not trying not to fall into my PTSD. I'm really trying. I'm not doing a very good job, I'm afraid. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of at a loss right now. Every person I call, it's like, I can't help you. I can't help you. And I don't know why all these people get all these bailouts to help people, but they can't do it to me. I had a doctor's appointment this morning with the VA. If that isn't a freaking waste of freaking resources right there, man. See, people like me, we get so stressed out about stuff, it's just, I lose my filter. I just wanted a letter. It says my dogs are my service dogs, they're my service dogs. Not emotional support, just, I can't do that. That's the second time. So I'm like, what can you do? Because you still have no problem collecting your freaking $90,000, freaking income for freaking going to school in Des Moines, I don't even get a doctor. I get a PA, a physician's assistant. They're overpaid secretary. I mean, the nurse can ask the same questions the PA asked. She was much nicer too, and she even, oh, she can do that for you. She can do that for you. The guy that made the appointment, that she can do for you. She doesn't do anything for me. Nobody does anything for me. People just look at me. It's the weirdest thing. They look at me and I'm like, can you help me, please? I need help. And they're like, let's see, how can I help her? I bet she really needs help, and I bet if I didn't help her, that'd make her really feel really bad. And people like me, make me feel horrible, so let's just not help her. So they're just like, no, it's not in my job description, People bound to that. It's not my job description. It's not my job. Well, you know how much service I do for people? You know how much I do for people every day on a daily basis? I don't get paid for it. For fun and for free, for service, and I think about how much better the world would be if other people did that, but other people are so caught up in their jobs and their titles and their, That's alright, because the world's crumbling. The civilization is falling, So whether I freaking end up living in I have tents. I have it. I can do it. I would do it. It's not ideal. I don't want to live in the fucking woods with my mother and 4 dogs, but I will. I even told that PA that. I'm like, I'm falling through the cracks, lady. I'm falling. You want to be responsible for another fucking veteran living on the street because you can't help? You know what she said to me? I told her I'm having a post-traumatic stress disorder flare. I'm in it. You know what she said to me? I can't talk to you when you're like this. You know what I said to her? I can't talk to you because you're worthless. And I hung up on her. And I speak on behalf of other veterans that have had a hard time getting the care that they need, because they keep getting offices. They keep building offices to, to furnish and to say, hey, we're here to help. And then they pay themselves $3,000-$4,000 a month, We're here to help. We're here to help. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't help you with that. I'm sorry. I can't help you with that. I used to be in recovery, I used to see how people would help people. I used to watch, truckloads. People with, 12, 15 trucks would move, and 50, 60, 70 people would show up and help them move, And you could move a 5-person house in, an hour and a half, 40 minutes to load, and it's like a caravan. I mean, people just trip out and whoa, man. Seeing community pull together. Why does it have to happen when people are under duress? Why can't they just do it all the time? I saw that the Oregon Department of Fish and Game is giving away grants. They're giving away grants. See, there's all this help. There's all this help for people who already have money. They just, you got to keep the people in the money. Because the people don't have none, there is none. And these people, there's going to be more people, because Hurricane Laura, people from Katrina, people from Michael, they're still reeling. They're living in tent cities, so everybody's going to be camping. It might not just be me and the dogs and mom, And the way that I see that the Army is offering $40,000 sign up bonuses, and the patterns that I've seen, they do that right when they're ready to, empty out the warehouses, the stockyards full of freaking bombs and shit like that. Everybody's waiting for a reason to erupt and explode. So if there's ever any time for the potential of freaking some swinging wiener nuclear event, now is the time. It's one day at a time. That's what I'm trying to do, is just get through this day. See, because I know a lot about psychology, because I went the other way. I went the easier, softer way the whole route, and it did me no good. It did me no good. Jumping into a bottle to make me feel better. That's what I want to do. That's what I won't do, because this life ain't about me. It's about Mom, too. And the dogs. They're my whole life, They're my family. So when people are under duress and a threat that their family is going to be harmed, they start getting squirrely. They start getting panicky, and then I have to remind myself, you have always been okay, Marjo. You have always been okay. Today is no different. You were just surrounded by fear. But if you step into your faith, Marge, and your knowing and your belief, if I could remind myself that and just get past this, like, everything's scary. I'm gonna be homeless. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna hurt. Mom's gonna be stressed out. I feel like my whole world is falling apart. I know I'm not alone. Hi, pretty lady. That's why I do these videos. So that other people can, it's braver to freaking cry and freaking have snot running down your face. And showing people that, you're a freaking emotional, sensitive spirit having a human experience, and I don't got the answers, and I don't got people to help me, so I just gotta sort things out here. And I know that there's so many people that feel that's why all these stories that you see playing out, these murder suicides and stuff like that. I ain't the suicidal type. I'm not the homicidal type. I understand the stressors that happen and understand why people do it. I understand why people take out their whole families. They get weird ideas about stuff, and then they're just they don't want to leave their family to the care of the system that's so broken. So if they can't take care of them, they're pretty sure that nobody else is gonna, so they're just gonna take everybody with them. There's just so much grossness in the people that are ignorant, the people that just don't have any capacity to even consider other storylines that are being presented. They're just like, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. People go through their lives with, no, that's not true. That's not true. Black and white. No, that's not. I used to be like that. Well, that doesn't happen. But it was all for the good stuff, because I've always seen the seedy side of shit. I've always seen the darkness in people. I've lived in the shadows, and I've always just trying to be the light in the shadows. And what I'm finding out, though, is the whole world is shadows. The whole world is. Who does that? What federal organization turns people down because they don't like your tone? You know what I mean? It's all these niceties and stuff, because that's all people can do. You give people a position of authority where they are in charge and they can delegate decisions. They pick and choose who they help all day long. That's what the system is built for. It's not designed to help people. It's designed to create offices to pretend like people help people, but they're just absorbing the resources to pay all the overhead for people to act like they care. In every organization, there's good and bad people. There's low vibrational and high vibrational frequential people, and all that means is there's people that are motivated to help people, and then there's just the freaking people that gave up on life and that are just hate themselves, and they're just there to collect a paycheck, and they feel so bad about themselves they're just going to keep freaking not helping people so everybody else can feel as bad as they do in life. That horse space has got to change, man. Civilization is falling in a very, very fast rate. It is. It's not going to get better, folks. It's not getting better. Nothing they've ever said, nothing they've ever done has made anything better because they don't come from a heart space of understanding and empathy. The controllers come from a heart space of greed. It's mine. And even if I have to harm you, it doesn't matter because hurting people gets my willies niggers up in anyway because they're all, a lot of them are perverted and gross. Are people figuring it out yet, or they still think everybody's just lovely and wonderful, and one day, one day everybody will be healthy again, and freaking animated birds will be flying out of people's asses and stuff like that, and then you won't have to wear masks anymore. We'll just go back to how everything was before, and then we'll vote and elect, and then we'll have the perpetual circle of greed. There's no left and right. There's no government official that is going to come in and save this country. This country has to save itself because it's all the officials that have ruined it. Look at the budgets. One $1,200 stimulus check. That's what poor people get, huh? That's what we get. All the taxes, all the all the money. I've paid $67,000 in like 8 years into Social Security, and I can't even touch it. I have no claim to it, but it's all mine. It's all that shit. It's all whose ideas were this? Oh, the people that have the money, and then the people that pay the security to support their ideas. It's just like freaking like Game of Thrones, only they're not wearing freaking, animal furs and shit like that. They're wearing $10,000-$15,000 suits. And people are getting really tired of it. And I'm a peaceful being. But how long can peaceful beings keep the peace when they just keep getting told nope, nope, nope? People, they come up with creative ways and resourceful ways to get things that they want. And then the control freaks are like, nope, there's laws against that. There's laws against that. Laws. Well, there's like tax fraud, but then they exempt churches from paying taxes, and then we're finding out it's all the twisted and sick incestuous, for the perverts and stuff like that. Are people figuring it out? Because I know that I know a lot of perverts. I know a lot of people that like to really over sexualize everything. I mean, you could be talking about something completely wholesome and stuff, and then people have to sexualize that. It's just like all that it's all that stuck mentality, all that grossness, all that ego stuff, all that me, money, property, prestige, all of that is just gonna freaking combust. It already is. Look at it. Look at California. Look at the combustion in California. Napa again, it doesn't matter the reason how these situations start. It's to get people to wake up and stop being selfish freaking assholes and start helping people. Now you get to today to stay out of my head all day long because I didn't get the help I needed. Now we get to switch gears, and my endocrine system is jacked, man. I'm trying so hard not to have a nervous breakdown. I'm trying just to try to keep it together, man, for my mom and my dogs. Because I just want to do nothing. I just want to sit under the tree and get into a meditate state and get catatonic, and I could stay there forever, Because that's zen and bliss, but I gotta have this human experience, and people just try to make it so hard for people, I'm at a loss, and I know so many people that could help me in like a heartbeat, and I just don't even know how to ask because I don't even have the heart to hear no from one more person, especially if I love them. I mean, I could ask strangers, can you help me? No. Okay. Can you help me? No. Okay. Well, I hear it one more time from someone that I really care about. That that's just. So I want to do all those things that those control freaks and those powers that be want you to do. I want to close off. I want to isolate. I want to escape, and I can't escape because I got about 33 days before I gotta live someplace else, and I'm ready to do it. I'm all packed up. I'm all ready to go. Got a couple trips to the dump, but got money in the bank. I mean, I can pay my way. I'm always good at paying my way, And if I don't, I'll do what I can to make it right in the long run, because I can't handle the karma of not. There's too much bad stuff tied to it. I'm trying to stay in the present moment, if you can tell, because something that people do when they get real upset is they could scurry off into a different mindset. It's escapism, and I'm not into escapism anymore. I used to be into escapism, but it doesn't. I'm into being in the present and allowing for emotions to go through and stuff like that, not stuffing and letting them fester inside, because that's when people react. You gotta feel when they happen, and so when you're out in the world and you get a thought about it, you can just acknowledge it, but not give it too much headspace. I think I have a lot of ideas to help people feel better, and get through their woes and stuff like that. Because I've been through so much. There has to be a reason why I've been through all the stuff I've been through. There has to. And other people, not just me, because there's so many people that are going through things right now that are just like, you know. And what is that? That gets you to do is to be uncomfortable enough, and then just be like, surrender. I can't. You can. I think I'll let you. A power greater than yourself, a source outside yourself. See, I go back into my childlike space, my heart space, just But this is the time now. It's Virgo season. You got to be balanced, and you got to be dedicated. You got to be steadfast. So I got to stay in the present moment. I can't let things bother me too much, because when things bother me too much, Artie's been here, right here all morning. Because when I'm upset, they're on me. Minnie's right here. When I'm upset, they're just. Because they get upset when I get upset, so I have to keep my stuff down to keep them good. So that's how they keep me down, grounded. I want to thank my some folks that are helping me out. Fragine, thanks for your support, and Terry. There's a lot of people that I have that are there for me. There are. I don't ever want to sound like. The place where I've been, it's been a blessing to be here. It's just time to go. It's everybody to shift. Any place where I can have my family, because that's all that matters to me. I'll live in a shack. We grew up in a one bedroom shack, I grew up in the junior high school, so I could live in squalor. I could live in it, I just want a place that's not too hot for Mom in the summer, too cold in the winter, where I could keep her from the elements. I'm pretty rustic. I could, roommates are good too. People want roommates. That's a pretty good way to go. The direction to go. Community living. Community living is the way to go. So I did make some notes. I had some. I woke up and I felt pretty good when I woke up. I had some anxiety because of this appointment, but at least I didn't have to drive up to West Wind. At least I didn't have to drive 80 miles this time to get a no. So, but this is all this stuff that's happening now. It's all the cleansing and stuff. Like phone. Excuse me a minute. Get this. Just blow my nose quick. Is that a lot of these doctor's appointments, they have these doctors, because I'm in Salem, West Wind, Oregon is 40 miles away. There's I could walk to the Oregon clinic, but it's all, the system is so broken that it's just stupid. It's just, you know, when you give everybody a ribbon or an award, that's what happens. It's like they get free reign to do what they want. Their ideas are just freaking shit, frankly. They just come up with really bad ideas that aren't useful to anybody. But they just, and it's made to not. It's made to not help people because, you know, because then they can say, well, we tried. Well, you know, you can't ever call a person. It's all automated. And how many times do you try to get somebody on one of those automated systems and end up just the call gets dropped? You know, you've been in a queue forever, and then I mean, it's all that stuff. And there's plenty of people. I mean, there's supposedly freaking, you know, supposedly billions of people on the planet is what they say. I think they freaking, the census, they all fluff numbers. They all like, okay, if it's this, let's just add 10 grand, and then, you know, the government gets subsidies for those numbers, and then they can do all what they want with, you know, all the money, and, you know, but it never gets to the people. It never gets to the people. Someone tell me. Just tell, if I'll do it. You know why? And then why do people have to go through? Oh, Oregon, that's the Department of Fish and Game. They have a new help. The Oregon Department of Fish and Game. But here's the thing. To qualify. Here's the thing, to qualify. This is all these things. I'm always that one thing that just, confounded, you just are that one thing that doesn't qualify. Oh, you just don't qualify, Marge. Marge, you just don't qualify. Everybody, everything, but you just don't qualify. I'm just unqualified. I'm unqualified in life. So who can apply? Any public or private nonprofit. So you're already, it's a not-for-profit, but everything's a tax write-off. You know, Mercedes, Teslas, office space. Oh, it's all for the good of the you know, houses, vacation houses. Did you see the guy from Liberty, the president of Liberty, Christian? Yeah, he's shit canned for freaking doing inappropriate shit with young ladies. They all do it because they get drunk, they get wasted. They don't know that they're freaking, you know, people, you know, get stuck like, like they're back like they're 15-year-old dude or something, you know, and it's like, hey man, I got a shot, you know. It's like, dude, you're an old man, you know. Christian school, you know, hey, they're lucky in that pockets of whatever, can't remember his pockets of, he made good point on that. What the fuck? Pockets of the future, you know? It's like, yeah, how nice for you. You know, you church people, you have houses all over the world, you got vacation homes, you got this home, you got that home, and it's all tax-free, you know, from the people that you take the money. Because I know where I'm going back to, Northern California, people are all mad about them at the mega churches. You know, it's all these huge entities. It doesn't matter, church, government, it's all these huge energies. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. We trusted you to take care of us, and you didn't do it. So now there's going to be hell to pay. Understand that. So all you people that didn't help, you're going to get it. It's karmic retribution. You could have helped. The things that I have seen, people, if I was telling somebody that the other day, a lady was messaging me. She used to be my life mentor, you know, fell asleep during my fifth step. I'm not that important. I never have been. I've never recognized myself as important. People just look at me and say, you think you're really important, don't you? And I'm like, no, as a matter of fact, I don't. But what they're saying to me is they think they're really important, don't they? So I need to succumb to their will. So how would you like me to act? What do I need to be in order to get the things that I want in my life for me in my meager? I don't have poverty mentality. I want the whole fucking world. The whole world doesn't want to give shit up to me because of the control freaks that don't want to give things up because they just don't fucking feel like it. Are you tracking me, homies? Anybody else having experiences like that? I know somebody in my chat yesterday said good luck with the VA. They've been fucking me over for 26 goddamn years, and I'm ad-libbing here. It's not designed to work. All right? You want to help people? Put money in their PayPal. You want to help people? Pay them directly. I'm not going to go set up a GoFundMe. I'm not going to do this shit myself. If people want to do this stuff for me, I'm having a hard enough time trying to keep my fucking together, okay? So stuff like, why can't, I've seen other people, I have been a part of raising thousands of dollars for the rescue where I got my dogs. Tens and thousands. I've seen it. I've been a part of it, Set up, tear down, all of whatever I can to contribute, So what, there are people that aren't worth doing that shit for? People are, I'm not worth it? If people told me why I'm not worth it, maybe I could modify my behavior. If the whole world told me how I should act, because my brother never could, my mom never could. I kept my whole life. I'm like, why don't you write a list of all the behaviors that you want me to have and all the behaviors that you don't want me to have? And I will try to comply so that you will stay my brother, or you will stay my mother, or you will stay my friend, or you will stay my employer. I will try to act how you want me to act at all times so that you are always constantly satisfied and never uncomfortable. That's how I lived my life the first part of my year, and my life, 40 years, and now I'm just like, fuck it. I say whatever I want. People, I'm sure if I went to a freaking psychologist or a psychiatrist or whatever, they would give me a laundry load of list. I don't let other people define me. And part of me wants to do that because, hey, if they give me give me all these definitions, that's fine. Maybe I'll get freaking Social Security disability if freaking somebody believes that I'm crazy, Maybe that's how I can get to my $67,000 that I paid in because I couldn't do it the proper way. Getting short-term disability or anything like that. Couldn't do it. I've always gone through the right channels. And then I get told no. And the thing of it is, there's me and so many people like me. We're not even going to fucking try anymore. We're just going to go try and make our own life without all you. And then what are you guys going to do when nobody comes? And nobody comes to your offices to get help. And you don't justify the work that you're doing because you can't justify the work you're doing because you fucking hardly do shit. Look at the pay wages. I get Indeed notifications every day. Your state, city employees, why are they making $8,000, $9,000 a month? What are they doing? Are they digging ditches? Are they keeping fires from happening? Are they keeping people safe? And are they keeping people, their mental health intact? What are they doing for that kind of wage? And it's all this shit that people are starting to look at because of the CV, the Rona. And they're staying home, and their heart space is opening up, and their DNA is charging and waking up. And I know my Native American, I'm just every day I'm in the backyard just dancing it out, just save these souls, God, save these souls, please, sweet and I'm not even a Bible thumper, organized religion, God, source, whatever you call it, just raise these beings vibration and pull them from their darkness. And for the ones that are too far gone, just keep them off my radar. Just keep them away from me. The Tegans and the freaking all those creepy. When people need billions and millions of dollars, and then you gotta move from your $8,000 square foot home because 5 people is not enough space. That's greedy, and that's freaking gross. And there's the crack society. So where's my tank? Hey, can I get some of that? Can I get some of that? I'm a veteran. I mean, I qualify for all the I just can't get through the people to get the stuff that I need. And so many people are like me. But you know what? I know who they are because I'm in direct contact with a lot of people that need a lot of help. So if ever I'm in position to help people, trust, I will never forget those that have always helped me and that have been kind and loving to me. Same side or different side of the coin. I will never, ever forget every single person who has ever told me no. And I will try to meet you in dignity and grace and kindness if we ever meet again. I got a memory like an elephant sometimes. Sometimes I forget. I forget stuff. I forget stuff all the time. Sometimes I forget how to be grateful. And that's what I'm really going to focus on. I'm not going to concentrate on my dilemma today. I'm taking a day off because 2 days I've been stressed out, and I'm just stressed to the max. And it is for my self-care, and the care of my loved ones that I just need to chill out. So today only, I'm just gonna chill out. And tomorrow, I'll get back to the grind. Try to figure out where we're gonna go, what we're gonna do, because every time I turn around, I just get a door just shut in my face because somebody else can't help. So that's where I'm at. Anybody in the talking room today? Hi, I'm glad that you guys are here because I really need to draw on your faith, because today I'm kind of struggling with my own. And I know a lot of people are. So many people are struggling, and you're not alone. We're not. I mean, we're collectively an energy that we can survive. You know, but people gotta come into themselves, and they're doing it. They're doing it. God, the astrology, man. Wake ups are not easy. I had so much trauma when I was a little girl, you know. But you just always had to. You just always had to act like you're okay. So you can't wake up and then like act like you're asleep, because then somebody will take advantage of you and stuff. I gotta stay away from the shadow stuff too. I've been studying too much. You know, people gotta understand. You can't spend your time in shadow work. You gotta have balance. And I was spending too much. I wasn't watching enough like decompression stuff in the evening the last 2-3 nights. And see, let me. I don't have Earth in my chart. We're in Virgo season. So every year, if you go back and watch my videos around this time, last year, it's just the wave. It's the energy. It's hard. It's dense. I mean, last year, actually, it was closer to, it was like March, April, or kind of stuff. Well, whenever there's months where there's a lot of earth energy, I really struggle, you know. And I was one of those my whole life that was just like, I'm just going to do it by myself. I can do everything by myself, because I kept asking for help, or and people didn't have time, or people didn't want to bother with me. So I just became I overcompensated by becoming over independent, too independent to a fault, because we can't. We need hugs. We need human touch. We need circles and pats. We need human connection. And so all these control freaks trying to, and for people that don't need it, that's Tucker. People that don't need it, that is a low vibrational frequency that needs to be addressed in themselves. And them trying to be withholding is a sickness of by itself. Everyone has emotions. Come on, baby. It's alright. Go over there. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Tuck. Good boy. Good boy. Good dog. It's okay. He said, Mama, I'm scratching at the door. You weren't answering. I didn't like it. I love you, buddy. We'll be okay. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Tucker came from puppy mill, huh? He came from a puppy mill. He lived his first 6 months of his life in a cage. See, 2 of these dogs, Artie and Tucker, I adopted. 2 I was going to get due, and then I fostered 2, and then I failed because I fell in love with them, and then I ended up 4, and then places won't rent to you with 4 dogs. I'm not doing this today. Okay, focus. Stay in the present. Today, see? This is why I don't drink. Because I want to drink. This is why people drink, because it numbs the pain. But I meditate instead. I know this isn't like as serious as watching the last episode as The Office and stuff like that. But this is why I have my dogs. Look at this guy. He's so cute. He's so cute. When I first got him, you could reach down and pet him. He was so traumatized. He has a little pig butt because the jerk controller of the puppy mill slammed his tail. Evidently, he didn't move quick enough to go in the rabbit cage, so they slammed his tail in a gate. Huh, Butts? You can call him Nubbins. That's his little Nubbins. He said, Mom, don't tell people about my Nubbins, Mom. It's embarrassing. So we're going to keep it light here today. We're going to keep it pretty... there's a movie on Netflix. Bob likes Longbar a lot, but there's a movie called The Healer. This guy goes around, he's a carpenter, and that's kind of what I do. I make dog bags, dog on it. I have all these ideas to make money. I just income and pay it forward. I just gotta get there. It'll happen. It'll happen. God takes care of fools and drunks, and I got both of those covered. So I think I might be all right. I get. That's what people do, and I don't like clinical terms. When people, I've been watching this guy, David Greener, Dave something, he's schizoid or something. I don't know. He shares, I identify with him a lot. Just like his, and how he processes and stuff like that. And that's the thing, is people don't know how to process, and people like me and him and, even Keegan and Pocket, we teach you how to process and to look at things and to see things and to take on the truth of the situation as you see it and perceive it to keep yourself safe, because there's freaking Satan. There's a lot of bad guys and women, a lot of bad women, a lot of bad guys in the world that want to cause harm because it freaking gets them twisted up. It gets their engines racing. It's weird. It's gross, and it's true. But I've been listening to too much dark stuff, huh? We gotta listen to more bright stuff. So we'll listen to a little Dolores Cannon today, probably a little Edgar Casey, and heck, when I get wound up, this is 4.5 hour talk that I listened to, because the guy's voice is really cool. It's a dictation interview with Gertrude McElroy O'Donnell. I think that's the right order. And she is being interviewed by the military, or she's interviewing telepathically on behalf of the military, one of the beings that crashed at Roswell. And they talk about the ISBs and stuff like that. And when I get worked up and get real... See, because it's staying in your head. Living out here, I can do, doing the next task, like maybe I'll load up the truck, go to the dump today, staying busy. It's when I go up, that's what I talked about yesterday, when I stay in my head and I start thinking about all the scenarios and all the things that, I know I should not say things, I should not even say that we would be living in the woods. I should not say that. Because when people say things like that, you're creating a timeline, so I'm not going to say that anymore starting now. There's a nice place for us to go with the nice garage where I can have my workshop and make all my inventions and gadgets, and a nice kitchen where I can make all my food and my can of cookies and stuff, and I can share all this stuff with other people. Because when people feel good and they feel safe, I want to have a big backyard, so if kids need to come and have a place to, if they're traveling on, need a place, teenagers, young adults, people of all ages, come, I have a tent in the backyard. I'll give you a good meal. You can take a shower, wash your clothes, Look at this. Use the wireless, use the internet, maybe call your family, let them know that you're okay, stuff like that. I just want to be a safe place, because I've known my whole life what it's like to feel unsafe, and more people are coming into our power, And in the small tiny ones, they're really freaking scared right now. They're really scared right now. So anyway, I did make a note. I'm going to talk about the note I made, because I made a note because I listened to Simon. Simon is on Raising Vibration, and he talks about human design. I'm a generator. I'm a generator, life path 7, year the tiger, Aries sun, Scorpio moon, Cancer rising, in Western, in Vedic, Pisces sun, Scorpio moon, G-mini rising. Um, I'm just this spiritual warrior. I just didn't know I was a spiritual warrior until a couple years ago. I got a pretty good story, and I just want to help people that have that have not even post traumatic. This isn't just after traumatic. See, people don't realize it's like you get stressed, right, and then a stressful thing happens, and then you go on through life, and another stressful thing happens, right, and then every time a stressful thing happens, your endocrine system, it's like a balloon that holds its ability to its elasticity. It was explained to me because I always had bladder problems when I was a little girl because I'd hold it and I'd wet my pants because I didn't like going to public restrooms, but that's another story. So I'd hold it, and the urologist, he would say, he's an Indian doctor, I think he Dr. Niazi, and he would say, if you hold it's like a balloon, and if you hold it, then it gets to the valve, it won't stay closed. So that's how people get incontinent. And then so now, like, I gotta run to the bathroom in the morning because I used to hold it, So it's that, but emotions, your endocrine system, you lose your ability to hold it. So your reactions get more explosive. And when people that don't have emotional control, what we're seeing is, people getting shot in the streets, people getting chased, people getting beat up. I'm not going out because I'm one of those people don't like me on a large scale. They don't. If people liked me on a large scale, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in. People like me on a small scale, but not on a large scale. Like my brother, he could fix everything for me right this instant. But the first thing is I called him a name, and so until I apologized for that. But now he doesn't trust me with the private parts of his life, but I don't know what those are. I mean, because when I tell stories here, I'm talking about my life and how he was a part of it and my understanding of it, but I don't really know I don't want to know what he's doing. Okay? I really don't care. I just want a relationship with my nieces. I used to want a relationship with my brother, but then he started seeing me this weird way, and then I was just like, well, I don't have the energy to try and change his mind. So with people that are always critical and, you could just never do anything right with them. I mean, I get mad at people. I get hurt. And I say things. There's nothing I don't get over. I always come back to a place it's like, yeah, we don't got to be cool, but I mean, at least, can't you be bygones and have that one last civil, what? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So Simon was talking about how we are our own sacred land. We are our own sacred land. And people are coming in to, of what it really means to cultivate that sacredness in yourself. What it really means to take care of your body, and that your body is your temple, and what you create, creation. That's what, when they talk about how God, it's my understanding is how they talk about how God created the earth in 7 days, and then, later on, stories, whatever, then we come along and we're supposed to be the custodians of the earth, and then we got a little greedy. It's always, every civilization is like, okay, give them the tools. Are they going to live are they going to make heaven on earth, or are they going to make hell on earth? And up until this point, all civilizations have fallen because people have chosen ego, and then from that surmise, civilizations fall to ego. So, we're at a very crucial point. Things are not going to get better. Things are only going to get worse until and then there's a crescendo. Something's going to happen like the third week of December, and then poof, crickets rebuild. So don't try and put any idea of an outcome to anything. The possibilities are endless. Don't try and land on one. That's roulette. That's how roulette often turns into Russian roulette. So